Tonight, we could be kicking off summer back to normal. That's the message from Governor Walz as he loosens restrictions beginning tomorrow. But is it too soon? We'll hear from public health officials to get their thoughts on the new plans in place. And Wisconsin's governor visits Northwest Wisconsin to talk tourism and how to get the industry back on track.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Governor Walz announced a big step forward for Minnesota in the fight against COVID-19. The governor said all of Minnesota's COVID-19 restrictions will end by July 1st. And today, he laid out his new three-step plan for ending capacity limits and the state's mask mandate. Step 1 starts at noon tomorrow. Limits on outdoor dining and events will end. You won't need a mask outside unless there's more than 500 people. And restaurants and bars can also go back to regular closing times. Step 2 starts May 28th, which is Memorial Day weekend. At that time, capacity limits will end for all indoor events. And Step 3 is ending the statewide mask mandate. That will happen either when 70% of Minnesotans 16 and older are vaccinated or by July 1st at the latest. As of today, Minnesota is about 473,000 people from reaching that goal. Walz says Minnesota is ready to loosen restrictions because cases are going down and hospital capacity is low. He also says the state has plenty of vaccines for everyone and encourage people who might be waiting to get the shot now.
A lot of you out there, especially younger people, who said, you know what, let's let the vulnerable get theirs first. I don't need to be in line in front of them. Let my grandparents get it first. Get those who have underlying health conditions. Let's wait until it's our turn. It's your turn.
Walz encouraged businesses to keep protections if they want to. Cities or counties can also continue with their own mask mandates. Duluth spokespeople told us today their mask order will end when the state's emergency order expires. And tonight, our local health officials are sharing their thoughts on Governor Walz's three-step plan. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with St. Louis County public health officials to find out if they think this is a safe step for our region.
Public health leaders say they had mixed feelings when they first heard Governor Walz's plans, but they are excited to get to the end of this pandemic. Now, mixed feelings because County Public Health Director Amy Westbrook says she knows the virus is still out there and some people are still at a higher risk of contracting the virus. But she says the good news is, as of Tuesday, more than 101,000 people living in the county have received at least their first dose of the vaccine. She says all the county vaccine clinics are hard at work and have plenty of vaccine in supply, so anyone who qualifies can get one.
There's a lot of work still to do, but it feels really good to hear that we may have a summer where it will seem much closer to normal than what we've been dealing with over the last more than a year.
Westbrook says as restrictions loosen, getting the vaccine becomes even more important for protecting yourself and those most vulnerable. She says she's also very confident that the St. Louis County will reach that 70% vaccination goal by July 1st. And she's encouraging everyone to go get a vaccine, whether it's at your local pharmacy, a county health department clinic, or at your local hospital.
All right, thanks, Emma. And when it comes to the mask mandate, essential officials say they will follow Minnesota Department of Health's guidelines for healthcare facilities, as they can be more strict than in general settings. This also means Grandma's Marathon has the official green light for their June races. They already have COVID precautions planned, but coming up tonight in sports, we hear from race organizers about if this could change things moving forward. And in Itasca County, organizers are moving forward with plans for the North Star Stampede. The 66th annual rodeo in Effie is still facing a lawsuit from the state after they went ahead with their event last summer despite pandemic restrictions. Organizers say they still have to determine if there's restrictions they'll need to follow this year, but they are shooting for July 23rd to the 25th. Dave joins us now for our first check of the weather. Nice to see all these events we can look forward to this summer, huh?
Yeah, I've forgotten what that was all about.
I know, it's kind of weird.
One nice side effect, though, has been less traffic on the roadways.
That's true.
It's easier to get down here to work. And we have reduced emissions in the atmosphere, which is a good thing. Yeah. Hopefully we can keep them down now that we're starting to nudge back onto the roadways. But first we need to talk about the forest because it's dry out there. So dry in Minnesota, we have a red flag fire weather warning until at least 8 o'clock tonight. There's a good chance it could come back again tomorrow as conditions continue to be dry. Despite the chance for rain showers we have bubbling around the region here tonight, it's only a 20 to 30% chance any of those showers will reach the ground. And if they do reach the ground, 1/10 of an inch at best is what we're going to get. And in the past, I've had wildland firefighting experts tell me you need at least 1/4 of an inch to dent the problem. So the problem could be more sunshine tomorrow. I hate to say that, but with a high temp of 50 and a mostly sunny sky, that red flag warning could come back again. How long will it keep coming back? When's our next rain? Questions we'll answer in the Maine weather coming up just a little bit later on.
Thanks, Dave. Wisconsin's tourist attractions are anxious to welcome back visitors this summer. Today, the governor visited our neck of the woods, sharing how he plans to help them bounce back. CBS3's Abby Smith lays out his proposal and how it would help a Bayfield favorite.
It's Tourism Week in Wisconsin, and Governor Tony Evers wants to take action to support businesses hit hard from the pandemic. The Democrat got a first-hand look at their struggles during his trip to Bayfield Thursday.
We started last fall not knowing if we were even going to have a ski season.
Doug Olson, operations manager for Bayfield's Mount Ashobay and Big Top Chautauqua venue, says his business is one of many that could benefit from Evers's proposed investment in the state's tourism industry.
Well, certainly it's been difficult for our tourism industry. I mean, there's no question about it. That's why we were happy to use some of our federal money earlier.
In Evers's most recent plan, he hopes to invest $50 million in federal COVID relief money into Wisconsin's tourism-related businesses. He has also targeted $600 million for other small businesses. Big Top leaders say they'd be grateful for the help.
Those grants really are helping us get back up and going this year. We're going to have a full season of events, but we will have limited capacity seating. So that will stress our finances. So the grants that Governor Evers granted were super important to our survival.
Olson says now they're able to look forward to a new day.
We went from having a situation where we could have maybe lost employees, lost support from the community, to actually getting a leg up on it.
Evers' proposal will need the go-ahead from the state's Republican-controlled legislature. By the way, Big Top is planning opening night performances for June 18th and 19th. Wisconsin Republicans are expected to begin their quest to dash many of Governor Tony Evers' legislative hopes and dreams today. Evers' priorities include legalizing marijuana, raising $1 billion in taxes, and expanding collective bargaining rights. But all of those are slated to be shot down by the legislature's Republican-controlled Budget Committee. In a letter to Republican leaders this morning, Evers called their plans to gut his budget ill-advised. The legislature will likely vote on the final budget sometime in June or early July. With 3 boating deaths already this year, the Wisconsin DNR wants everyone to be responsible and wear a life jacket. Longer days and warmer temps mean more boats are on the water. 22 people died in boating incidents last year. The DNR says operator inexperience, distractions, recklessness, and speeding are the 4 leading causes of crashes. They say most of the drowning victims were not wearing a life jacket. Enbridge gave an update on the Line 5 relocation project today. The company is working to reroute the pipeline after the Bad River Band asked for it to be removed from their land back in 2019. Enbridge is currently awaiting an environmental impact statement from the DNR. The company is also still waiting on permits. It has agreements in place with all the landowners along the new route. Once all the permits come in, construction on the new route will begin. Crews will be out doing rock and timber surveys this summer. A Superior gymnastics coach is behind bars tonight after he allegedly sexually assaulted 2 teens. George Deppa was charged with 3 felonies on Wednesday, including sexual assault of a minor and exposing himself. The allegations range from summer 2020 to just last month. He was the teens' coach at Twin Ports Gymnastics at the time. The 13 and 14-year-olds claim Deppa, who is 47, allegedly touched their genitals and kissed one of the victims. The instances happened during sleepovers at Deppa's Superior home and while on his boat on Lake Superior. The victim said Depa asked them not to tell anyone, and in return, he would buy them gifts. When authorities asked Depa if there was anything he did to make the teens uncomfortable, he said maybe it was because he stopped buying them gifts. Depa is being held at the Douglas County Jail. He'll be back in court next week. Now, court documents show Twin Ports Gymnastics owner is cooperating with this investigation. If you or someone you know has been impacted by sexual assault, PAVSA and CASDA offer free help. We have their contact information on our website. New tonight at 6, we're watching a developing situation out of St. Cloud, Minnesota, where local authorities are on the scene of a hostage situation at a Wells Fargo bank. Here's a live look at that location. Police and the bank have not said how many hostages are inside, but St. Cloud police are advising that people avoid the area. The department said the FBI is assisting with the investigation. We'll keep following this story both on air and online throughout the night. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the Spirit Mountain Task Force's findings are in. How the mayor hopes to make the attraction less of a financial strain.
Normal high temp this time of year is 59 degrees today. We made it to 58. We'll be bubbling under normal for a few more days, and it'll be drier than normal, despite a chance for some showers tonight. I'll show you the latest chart on how much could fall coming up right after our break.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Outlast Construction.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today in Medical Insight, Essentia Health orthopedic surgeon Bill Uffman explains hip arthroscopy, which is meant to treat labral and cartilage injuries in people typically under the age of 40 and without any signs of arthritis.
With a hip arthroscopy, we're able to get in the joint, look around, kind of assess the level of damage, fix a labral tear. Sometimes we have to reconstruct the labrum because it is very damaged and not fixable. They have extra bone sitting kind of in the front of their hip that when they flex their hip up, kind of bangs against their hip socket. Those people are at a much higher predisposition to develop hip arthritis later on in life.
And Dr. Uffman says it's not always clear why these injuries occur. They could be the result of a very active lifestyle as youngsters. Regardless, they are painful.
But sometimes it gets to the point where you can't sit, long car rides, you can't put your shoes and socks on, or you can't walk without pain. And that's kind of when people sort of typically come to see me. So by going in and addressing that before it kind of, that horse leaves the barn, going in there and trying to kind of prevent any further damage at typically a younger age, we think that it, is kind of a hip sparing procedure.
Following hip arthroscopy, patients can expect to be back full bore within 6 to 8 months. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, from the world's best softener and safer drinking water systems, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan Water, the local water expert.
Contact Cloquet Flooring to get a free in-home consultation on any flooring installation. With our 33 years of experience, we can help you make those tough decisions. Give Cloquet Flooring a call or visit us at cloquetflooring.com.
Cloquet Flooring. If you haven't seen United States of Al, we want you.
Mr. Walmir Karimi fought alongside our men and women. Take a picture. And now with Mr. Art.
All right, that's enough.
Wait, we need Lizzie. I did not seek fame, but it seems to have found me.
A new United States of Al, tonight after Young Sheldon, or stream anytime on CBS.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by FOND-DU-LUTH Casino.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, now let's talk about the dew point. The dew point is a good gauge for how much humidity is in the air. The relative humidity is relative. With each different temperature, you know, it means a different thing. But with the dew point, it's straight up. And bottom line is, when you get your dew points into the 50s, it starts to feel humid. And by the time it gets into the 60s, it's uncomfortable. Well, we're looking at the current dew points, which are going from the upper teens to about 30. So that means it is very dry. And that dryness is, of course, leading to a red flag fire danger warning for Minnesota till 8 o'clock here tonight. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, hopefully a little bit of rain tonight could dampen this problem a little bit, but odds are not great for that. And then it's going to dry up again for quite a while. We'll talk about all of that with the 7-day forecast. First, we start with the current conditions from Duluth International. 52 degrees, the current temp. 38% for the relative humidity. And a northwesterly winds going 16 miles per hour. Air pressure on the higher side at the surface at 30.03 inches of mercury, but we do have a low that's going up and over the surface high. That's creating the clouds and trying to drop a couple of showers. For the most part, those showers are re-evaporating once they hit the drier air near the surface. So it's being hard. It's going to be hard to get a precip payoff here tonight. Current temps, 52 from Watersmeet to Ironwood. 47 to 56 for our friends in northwestern Wisconsin. 53 is the current temp, for example, in Superior. We're looking at 52 to 55 from Cloquet to Moose Lake. North Shore numbers as cool as 39 up the Gunflint Trail, but as warm as 55 for Two Harbors. Iron Range numbers are in the mid to upper 40s for a lot of places, but once you get off the range towards Grand Rapids and heading towards Cohasset, 51 degrees. Low temps tonight could get as cool as the upper 20s inland Minnesota, lower 30s for the rest of us. And now here's that low pressure trough that's going up and over the dry layer at the surface. We're seeing showers aloft, but right now precious little is getting to the surface. And by tomorrow, maybe, just maybe, we'll get a trace to about 1/10 of an inch to come down out of the sky. And then it's going to dry up for a while, including the weekend, as a new cell of high pressure comes in behind this low, making it sunny for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and beyond as well. We'll show you how far beyond now with the 7-day forecast. And tonight in Minnesota, the low temps will go 27 to 35. 20% chance we'll get that rain tonight. 30% chance for folks in Wisconsin and Michigan, with low temps there in the low 30s. For tomorrow, Wisconsin and Michigan gets a mostly sunny sky and a range of high temps from 48 to 52, but the normal's 59. Same range of temps for Minnesota tomorrow, 48 to 52 with a mostly sunny sky. And the extended forecast calls for sunshine and dry conditions through Wednesday. Next rain chances Thursday, next Thursday, 30% chance of showers. But one of the other interesting things here, we warm up back to normal by Tuesday. We hit 60 and maybe go to 65 by Thursday.
I am looking forward to that. Thanks, Dave. A heads up to drivers on I-35 North tonight. The 27th Avenue West ramp on and off the interstate will close. That will last from 7 to 9:30 tonight as crews get closer to installing the new bridge there. Duluth leaders unveiled a new $24 million plan to fix up Spirit Mountain, one they hope will stop the ski hill from being a further financial strain on the city. Duluth Mayor Emily Larson announced her recommendations, which are based on the Spirit Mountain Task Force's findings. She proposed fixing up the Skyline Chalet and Campground, finishing the Nordic Skiing Trail, and improving the winter skiing and riding infrastructure. In all, it's a $24 million capital investment plan. Larson says state bonding dollars would fund half of that, with a quarter coming from Duluth's tourism tax and another quarter from Spirit Mountain itself. She says these improvements are necessary for a secure financial future.
Based on the report that is public and the efforts of the task force and the SE group, these direct improvements will increase Spirit's economic impact to an estimated $39.9 million annually. It would increase the number of visitors by 50,000 a year to 300,000 per year, would create an additional 205 new jobs.
Also part of Larson's proposal, the city forgiving $900,000 of Spirit's debt. She says that's important because the line of credit has been maxed out for years. It will help Spirit use all of its finances to move forward, and it would be more attractive for any potential facility management company if the city were to lease operations in the future. The City Council will weigh in on that on Monday. That's also when they'll consider approving a contract with an engineer to look at estimates for the project. If the project gets approved for state bonding dollars, work could start in 2023. Coming up in sports, the race is on. Grandma's Marathon plans to greenlight this year's race following new COVID recommendations. Kelly is in next.
Order your 2021 Polaris side-by-side now from Duluth Lawn and Sports.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Thursdays are a favorite day at FOND-DU-LUTH Casino because they're loaded with kiosk cash. Every Thursday, qualified Players Club members can swipe their card at the kiosk, play the game, and may win up to $500 in cash. You can even participate up to 3 times each date. For more details, stop by the Players Club or log on to FOND-DU-LUTHCasino.com. Come in for the excitement of Thursday kiosk cash and make Thursday your best day of the week while you
have a great time out at FOND-DU-LUTH.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Are you stumped on what to get Mom for Mother's Day this year? Then let Numi Jewelers help you out. Visit us in-store or go online to NumiJewelers.com to gift Mom this shimmering pendant for just $84.75. Or get 20% off all shimmering jewelry. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
After 40 years of operations, Skip's Home Center is closing our doors at the end of May 2021. We have more than 1,000 kitchen, bathroom cabinets, and cabinet doors for immediate sale, in addition to closeout doors, windows, hardware, faucets, sinks, marble tops, and so much more. We are currently operating on reduced hours, so call in advance while our inventory is still available. Skip's Home Center, 4728 Rice Lake Road, Duluth.
Take the stress and confusion out of repairing, maintaining, or improving your home. Outlast Construction, Roofing, and Siding's expert contractors install top-quality roofing and siding to ensure maximum efficiency. Dreading dealing with your insurance claims? Don't worry, we work with your insurance company to make it stress-free. With free inspections and estimates, you'll have all the information you need to take the next step. And if you schedule your construction by May 31st, we'll install free seamless gutters, a $1,200 value. Learn more online.
Come and get it at Northwest Outlet Superior. The only way to enjoy camping adventure is start your journey at Northwest Outlet. Backpacks, canoe packs, dry packs, hydration packs, tents by Eureka, MSR, stoves, lanterns, cooking kits, survival gear, sleeping bags, pads. Northwest Outlet has it all. Check out all the complete line of the North Face and Columbia clothing and rain gear. Get outdoors again. Northwest Outlet's got your gear. In stock now at Northwest Outlet Superior, or shop 24/7 online.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
With the announcement of loosening COVID restrictions, that means that the third weekend in June is a go for Grandma's Marathon. The 45th annual race got the green light this afternoon with Governor Tim Walz's announcement. While Grandmas will learn more in the coming days about how much of a normal race they can have, they are happy to be safely welcoming back runners for the race in 2021.
We still do feel a sense of responsibility, not only to the participants who registered, but the community to keep this as safe as possible. It's not going to, throw your doors wide open, increase the capacity to a normal year. There will still be some modifications in place. Our staff will discuss which pieces of the modifications and will still be in place and which things we can maybe relax a little bit.
And more details about how much they will change the current weekend race plan will be announced in the coming days. After back-to-back losses following a seemingly good stretch of baseball, the Twins closed out with the Texas Rangers today. Twins second baseman Nick Gordon making his MLB debut today for the Twins. He is the son of former big league pitcher Tom Flash Gordon. Twins starting hot. Max Kepler in the leadoff spot with the solo shot. to left center. Twins quickly take a 1-run lead. Rangers take a 2-1 lead by the bottom of the second. Newcomer Gordon, though, walked in his first plate appearance and would steal second. His next at-bat in the fourth, he singles and steals a second time, becoming the first Twin to steal 2 bases in their major league debut. To the third, Rangers still lead, but Williams Astudillo has 2 on and strikes 1 well to left. Those 2 runners will score for the Twins' lead. Eventually, we are taken to extras, and the Rangers come away with the 4-3 win in 10. And the Brewers have lost 3 of their 4-game sets so far, looking to salvage a single win today with the Philadelphia Phillies. Bottom of the 6th, Brandon Woodruff on the bump for the Brewers, delivers the 2-2 curveball and gets the strikeout. He had 11 Ks through 6 innings. That was the only bright spot for the Brew Crew today. Phillies get the shutout and the sweep. 2-0, they win the final. In the high school ranks, Duluth East hosting Hibbing on the baseball diamond. This one escalated pretty quickly. Max Devlin makes his way home on a wild pitch. It was 7-0 after 1 in favor of the Greyhounds. Then in the second, they keep the line moving once again. Dylan Gray chops one to short. The ball gets away, and Garrett Johnson comes home. East had no issues putting a barrel to baseball this afternoon. Dean Haboda gives one a ride to center, plenty deep enough for Gray to tag up from third. We're going to have final score and update tonight at 10. And in some basketball news, Hibbing standout Haley Hawkinson announced that she will be moving on to the next level, playing college basketball at UMD. The 5'9" senior guard announced her commitment via Twitter and also signed her letter of intent to play for Mandy Pearson's Bulldogs next season. Hawkinson averaged over 18 points per game with the Blue Jackets in her senior season. But going back, it's an exciting day that Grandma's is a go. I mean, they were so excited over there that we get to maybe have as close to a normal race as we can. Of course, there's going to be some safety measures, as they mentioned, but I mean, that's a sign of a little bit of normalcy, a little bit of summer. I mean, that's my favorite part of the time of year.
I think hope is in the air at this point.
Absolutely.
We're all feeling it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, a Superior man spent more than 90 days in the hospital with COVID-19 this winter. Now his medical bills are stacking up. Tonight we'll hear from a local organization that is stepping up in a big way for the Superior local. And Dave's here for a final look at the weather. I'm loving the blue sky and sunshine, but I know things are so dry out there. We actually need a little bit of rain.
Yeah, so since the last time you've been outside, the sky has become a little bit grayer, but the rain showers really aren't touching the ground. They're re-evaporating because it's so dry.
Yeah.
But we're hoping for at least a couple of sprinkles here tonight, which then give way not to the almanac, but to, the extended forecast, which says we go back to the dry and sunny side on Friday. 50 is almost 10 degrees warmer or cooler than normal, and we stay cooler than normal probably through Monday. Come Tuesday, we can hope for things to get back to normal, 60 degrees, and by next Thursday, maybe our next rain chance.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you at 10.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of